Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mench. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I do a majority of my videos in virtual machines. And I use Virt-Manager for my virtual machine installations. Now, there are other virtual machine software that you can use, like VirtualBox, which I've used in the past, VMware, which I've used in the past in Windows, and there's also GNOME boxes, which I've never used. Now, if you're installing Virt-Manager in Debian, Pure Debian, or Linux Mint, or many other Linux distributions, it's really easy. But if you're installing Virt-Manager in pure Arch Linux, it's not so easy. So I have a script in my Gitlab repository that I use to install Virt-Manager. And every once in a while, things change in Arch Linux and my script stops working. And I don't realize it because I don't use that script all the time to install Virt-Manager. And I don't install Virt-Manager when I'm showing how to install Arch Linux in my videos. I mean, I have, but it's not something I normally do because you can't install a virtual machine inside a virtual machine. It just doesn't work. So every once in a while I realize my Virt-Manager install script is no longer working and I have to revise it. And that happened the other day. I realized it's not working because something changed in Arch Linux, so I had to revise my script. So I fixed my script in my GitLab repository, and now I'm going to show you how it works in a real bare metal computer. So let's get to it. That was a long introduction. Right now I'm in my main production computer. I'm running Arch Linux with the DWM window manager, and I'm going to use my capture card to record from a real bare metal computer. So don't go away, I'll be back. I'm back. So right now I'm using my capture card to record from a real bare metal computer that's running Arch Linux with the Cinnamon desktop. And this is the computer I used for my last video where I slowly showed you how to do an easy Arch Linux install using Arch Install, the automated Arch Linux installer. But in this particular video, I took my time, I didn't rush, and I explained things. So if you're new to Linux or new to Arch Linux, it was easy to understand the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see if there's any updates to do. I'm going to open the terminal. And of course, in this installation of Arch Linux, I used profiles to install the Cinnamon desktop, and I did not install anything from my GitLab repository. I didn't even download it. So first of all, I want to see if there's an update to do. I'm going to type in the command like that, and I'm going to hit enter. I got to put my password in. Wow, and there's all those updates to do, and there's the Linux kernel to update as well. I'm going to hit enter, and we're installing 39 packages, or updating. Sorry, we're not installing. We are updating 39 packages, and it's also updating the kernel. Now, normally when you update the kernel, you have to reboot the computer, but I'm not going to do that right away because I want to install my GitLab repository, and I want to install Virt-Manager, and I also want to download an ISO. So after we install Virt-Manager, we can see that our Virt-Manager software has internet access, and we're able to log on to a ISO and have access to the internet. Oh, that was done. That was fast. And I didn't even pause the video. That was a fast update, eh? Nothing like Windows. Sorry. Okay, so now what am I going to do is, let's close this. I'm going to open up Firefox. I have to download an ISO. And we're going to go to Arch Linux. I already have it bookmarked. And can I make that bigger? And let's just go to download. And we're going to download the March 1st ISO because we're going to use it to test our virtual machine software after we install it. It's going to go to the bottom where we have the US mirrors. And I usually download my ISOs from this constant mirror. It's fast. Oh, that's small. So I'm just going to download this first one. And I'm not going to verify it because I don't want this video to be too long. And I showed how to verify the ISO in many videos. And while it's doing that, it's almost downloaded already. While it's doing that, I'm going to go to my, here we are, open up my terminal, and I'm going to see if Git is installed. I don't think it is. Oh, I got to do sudo. I forgot. We're going to do sudo. I'm going to put my password in, and Git is not installed, so I'm going to install Git, and that's done. Now I'm going to go back to Firefox, and let's see, the ISO is downloaded. So let's close it, and Now I'm going to download my GitLab repository. And that's the command there. And the command is in the show notes of all my videos. And let's hit enter. And that's downloaded. So now I'm going to ls it. You see right here, it's kind of hard to see, but I have a Mench directory. I really don't like the colors of this GNOME terminal. Normally I use Xterm or ST, the simple terminal. And so in this installation, I didn't install, this installation I used Profiles, if you didn't watch the video. I used the archlinux installer and I used Profiles to install the Cinnamon desktop and some of its related apps. I didn't install my favorite apps or window managers or use any of my scripts from my GitLab repository, and that's why I'm downloading it now. Okay, so now I'm going to cd into the Mench directory. I'm going to ls it. And even then, so normally I install Zesh and my Zesh configuration file, the Zesh shell, but this is the bash shell that came with the Cinnamon desktop. Okay, and I'm going to cd into, let's see, so now we're in my GitLab repository. I'm going to cd into the arch folder. I'm going to ls it. Oh, these colors are a little bit easier to read. So right here is my Virt-Manager script, the script that will install the Virt-Manager and related things. So let's just vim into it so we can see it. And I'm going to set numbers. So line 4 installs the packages that we need for Virt-Manager to work. Line 6 to 18 sets configuration files so that the Virt-Manager will work, so that your user will have privileges for it, and so that it will have internet when you install a virtual machine. So line 4 had a package in it that was in the Arch repository the last time I used the script, and the Arch repository took it out. So what happens with Arch Linux is that if you're running a script that has packages in it, if one of those packages is missing from the Arch repository or is no longer in the Arch repository, the script won't run. Now in Debian, if you're running a script like this and one of the packages is no longer available in the Debian repository, it will just skip that and it will still run the script. But in Pacman, it doesn't. It doesn't run the script will just stop. So I had in line 4, there was a package called bridge-utils, and bridge-utils is no longer in the Arch Linux repository. So if you went to run the script, so I fixed the script the other day, but if you ran the script before the other day, the script would not run, it would stop. So I took bridge-utils out and the script runs now and it still works. We no longer need bridge-utils for the virtual machine to run and to have internet access. So this is the script. Let's just get out of there and I'm going to run it. Let's clear the screen. I'm going to do /virt. Oh, so I'm in the bash. Let's do an ls again. I'm in the bash shell. I hate the bash shell. So normally I install Zesh with my own configuration file, which has autocomplete. This bash shell doesn't have autocomplete. I can't stand it. And like I said, the reason why is when I went through this installation, someone had asked me to do an easy Arch install with the Cinnamon desktop without using my configuration files from a GitLab repository. So I did. So I did the Arch install. I used the Arch Linux automated installer. I went through Profiles and I used the Cinnamon desktop. And this is what we got. Can't stand bash. Hate the bash shell. Anyways, there's no autocomplete here. So let's just do /Virt-Manager.sh. And I got to put my password in. Ooh, it's installing all these packages. Let's hit enter. 156 packages. I didn't realize that. It's a while since I installed Virt-Manager. Let's see if this is going to work. And let's see how long this takes. Do I have to pause the video or can I just talk my way through it? We're already at 15 minutes. Don't forget I'm going to edit some of this stuff out. Wow. So now we have to reboot the system. First of all, we updated the kernel and I didn't reboot, so we have to reboot because of that. But even if we didn't update the kernel, when you run the script, you have to reboot your computer in order for Virt-Manager to function properly. Okay, so normally in Linux, you don't have to reboot your computer when you do an update. The only time you have to reboot your computer is when you update the kernel. And normally when you install apps, you don't have to reboot the computer. But when you run the script that I have for Virt-Manager, you do have to reboot the computer. So I'm rebooting the computer for 2 reasons. Number 1, we updated the kernel got updated. And number 2, because I ran this my Virt-Manager install script, Like I said, when you run the Virt-Manager install script, you have to reboot the computer. So we're rebooting the computer for 2 reasons. I'm just going to type in reboot, and hopefully my capture card doesn't cut out. So we're rebooting the computer. Now this computer, this installation, I did not encrypt. Now I might sound like a bit of a hypocrite because I just did a video the other day saying that you should always encrypt your Linux distributions. Now you can see this is a real bare metal computer. This is an Acer. I'm not in a virtual machine. I'm booting right onto a real bare metal computer, and of course I'm using my capture card, and my capture card is working. So like I was saying, now what was I saying? I lost my train of thought here. So I might sound like a bit of a hypocrite because I'm always saying you should encrypt your computers. Now this computer, I did not encrypt because I did this install for a video, for my last video actually, and I purposely did not encrypt it because after I made the video, I made another video showing how easy it is to get access to a computer with a thumb drive in a computer that is not encrypted. So if you didn't watch that video, go ahead and watch that video. The video is called Why I Encrypt My Linux Distributions. So now I have to put the password in. I'm going to type in the password. I'm typing in my 2-digit simple password. So like I was saying, I made a video called Why I Encrypt Linux, and in that video I showed how easy it is to take a thumb drive with a Linux Mint ISO on it, how you can plug it into a computer that's not encrypted, and how you can gain access to all the files in the home folder. So I made that video, actually that was my last video, and that is why when I went through this installation, I purposely did not encrypt it. Anyways. I'm wasting time, I digress. Okay, so we rebooted the computer. Let's see if Virt-Manager is working and if we can log on to a live ISO. Now I'm not going to go through a full install. So even before I do that, let's just open up a terminal. And did I do a fast fetch during this video? I don't think I did a fast fetch in the beginning of this video. So we can see I'm in Arch Linux. This is an Acer Aspire 3950. I'm in the long-term support kernel 61819-1. I'm in the bash shell. Normally I use Zesh, but this is bash. We're in the Cinnamon desktop, and normally I use DWM or the Awesome Window Manager. Sometimes I use Qtile Window Manager, but right now we're in the Cinnamon desktop. I'm in the GNOME terminal. Normally I use Xterm with my own configuration file for it to make it look nice. Or I use the simple terminal, the ST terminal, built from source. But right now we're in the GNOME terminal. And let's just do an HTOP. So we just did a fresh boot. So this is a real bare metal computer. It has 4 processors, no swaps, and 8 gigs of RAM. And running at 665 megabytes of RAM. Not bad for a full-fledged desktop environment. So let's quit out of there. And let's close this. So let's go into the Start menu. And I don't even know where Virt-Manager would be in here because I don't use Cinnamon. Let's type in Virt-Manager. There it is right there. Virtual Machine Manager. Let's hit Enter. And let's see if it opens up. Let's make it full screen, and it's connecting, and it's connected. You can see it finished connecting. Now, the first time you open Virt-Manager after reboot, it opens a little bit slow. So I'm going to hit this plus sign, and I'm going to go forward. Local install media ISO image. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to click on browse, and I'm going to look for that ISO. Well, I'm going to browse local. Let's just move this over here. I'm going to click on browse local, and there's the ISO right there. Now, if the ISO is somewhere else, you might have to look for it. The ISO is 1.5 gigabytes. It's the Arch Linux ISO that we just downloaded from March 1st, 2026. So actually, it's in my downloads folder, and there it is right there, right? So now I'm going to click on Open, and it automatically says it's Arch Linux. I'm going to go forward. Now, this pop-up right here, this is only going to happen once. And this is going to happen the very first time you use Virt-Manager. And I'm going to answer yes, and it's no longer going to happen again. It's only going to happen once. So I'm going to say yes. And in my virtual machine, I'm going to give it 4 gigs of RAM. So I'm going to type in 4096. That's 4 gigs of RAM. I'm going to give it 4 processors, and I'm going to click forward. And I'm going to give it a 50 gig hard drive, and I'm going to go forward. And we're just going to call it Arch Linux, and I'm going to finish it. So it's creating the virtual machine. Now, I gave it a 50 gig hard drive, but it's not going to use all 50 gigs unless after your install, you start installing in your virtual machine, you start installing videos and music and all kinds of stuff. It's only going to use what it needs. And so we're logging on to the Arch Linux ISO. Let's hit enter. And let's make that full screen. There we go. So we're logging on to the Arch Linux ISO. And actually, I'm not going to go through a full install. I just want to show you how Virt-Manager works. So it looks like we're in a real computer, right? And of course, you've seen this a million times if you've been following my channel, or if you've been watching other channels where they use Virt-Manager. Some of the Linux YouTubers use Virt-Manager, but they don't tell you. And some of them don't even tell you they're in a virtual machine when they're showing you how to install a Linux distribution. Now we've logged on to the Arch Linux ISO. I'm just going to make the font larger, and I'm going to hit enter. Oh, that's better. Let's clear the screen. So that's the way I set the font larger. We're on the Arch Linux ISO. And let's see if we have internet. I'm going to ping google.com. And look at that. We have internet. I'm going to do Control C to clear it off or to stop it. You hit Control C to stop the ping. And now Control L is going to clear the screen. And we're ready to go through an install. But I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to make sure my Virt-Manager software was working and that my virtual machines had internet. Now, if you have internet at this point, you're going to have internet after the install if you do it correctly. And that's it. In this video, I wanted to explain that Virt-Manager is my favorite virtual software that I always use. And it's easier to install it in Linux Mint or Debian or some other Linux distribution. But in Arch Linux, pure Arch Linux, it's a little more complicated. And I have a script that installs Virt-Manager and sets all the settings for you. And every once in a while, that script stops working. And the other day, I realized it wasn't working again because something changed in Arch Linux. So I fixed the script and now it's working. And in this video, I wanted to show you how to use the script to install Virt-Manager and how to use Virt-Manager to install a virtual machine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I am the Linux Mench.